Fire up the grill. It's National Burger Day, baby. Great Divide Brewery is in the Cocoa Kitchen making their famous Sticky Situation Burger, complete with onion rings. Oh, I'm so excited. This is the only kind of sticky situation I want to be in. Good one. Speaking of sticky situations, our trees are feeling the brunt of the wild Colorado weather. The Denver Botanic Gardens is here with tips on how to rescue the trees so they can bounce back. Plus, Nick Jonas and Paul Rudd, they're fighting over who made a hit song. What could go wrong? Your chance to win tickets to an advanced screening of the new movie, Power Ballad, and it looks good. Colorado and Company starts when? Right now.
Portions of Colorado and Company contain paid content.
Good friends, gonna get you through the day. Good friends.
Good.
So good. Good morning, everybody. You know that salad you were planning to have for lunch, huh? Yeah? Save it for tomorrow because it's National Burger Day. A lot of claps here. Celebrate that with Great Divide Rhino. I'm so excited for you guys to be here.
Absolutely.
Joining us now is James Doxson. Great name. He is the director of director.
Oh, what's that?
Oh my God! And this is the Yeti. Hi, Yeti. Hi. High five on that.
Yeah.
That scared me so much. He is the director of culinary operations. Hi, James.
How
Good to see you. How, Yeti, you doing okay? He's feeling good. Okay, now in honor of National Burger Day, y'all have added 15 new burgers to the menu. What are you making for us today?
Well, so I brought a couple of my favorites off the menu. I'm gonna make you one today, and I have another one already pre-made over here.
Fantastic.
So we're gonna make the Sticky Situation.
Okay,
It's probably my favorite burger on
nice.
our new menu.
Okay.
I'm from Iowa. I love pork. I've been here for a long time though, but we're gonna do a little smoked candied pork belly.
Oh, whoa, I love pork belly.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's delicious.
And that's gonna be
Do
in
you
a
want some?
nice.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
He's on a
yeah.
diet. I
If-
understand.
If he ate this, his coat would need a good shampoo.
A good shampoo. A good shampoo. We feel you.
Yeah, absolutely. A little roasted jalapeno on here for some spice.
Oh, wow. And the seeds. Good
Yeah,
Lord.
absolutely.
Okay.
You got to. A little bit of onion ring. Just top that all nice and tall here.
Wow. So what makes this the sticky situation?
Well, that candied barbecue sauce, that
yeah.
candied smoked pork belly, we use a little bit of molasses in
Oh.
there. It gives it a really nice, sticky, rich, caramely note, right? And this is how it comes right here, that tall stack. I don't know how easy it is to eat.
How does one eat this? Okay, here we go. Should I try it? You okay? You want me to do it? Okay, you want to just, okay, here we go. Help me out.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Lean over.
Here we go. Are you ready? Help me out.
She's getting in there. Yeah.
What a good shot that
That's
was.
that's a tough one to eat.
That is
Tough one to eat.
delicious, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
I taste the pork belly.
Yeah.
So Great Divide, excuse me for eating, is typically known for its beer. What inspired this burger update?
Well, so burgers and beer is natural combo,
Obvious.
right? And we're going into summer, so we really want to, showcase our level of food that we have such a passion for,
Nice.
using local ingredients, just like our local community-grown beer.
I love that. Is this the beer?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
had a burger. I might as well have a beer,
I
right?
love it.
Cheers,
Yep.
Bubba.
And that's our Samurai Lager. It's a crispy rice lager, beautiful for summer, light. It's going to go really good with that heavy, rich,
this is good.
smoky. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a nice session beer. You can have a nice one.
Yeah,
I
totally.
hosted a beer show once. Cheers. Okay, one more time. What's been the most popular of all the burgers?
That's a great question. Honestly, this Peachy Keen over here.
Nice.
This is our Peachy Keen burger, and talk about summer flavors,
know.
right? Here in Colorado, we have Palisade peach season.
It's the best.
We're not there yet, but it's coming up quick.
Nice.
So this burger, Peachy Keen, it's got roasted garlic aioli, a peach sriracha glaze, so it's got a little spice,
Nice,
sweet,
nice.
smoky umami, a little crisp red onion, and fresh goat cheese. Adds a little twang to it. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
That is umami. That's really nice.
Yeah.
All the flavors. Okay. You also brought another burger that's perfect for Colorado's Palisade peach season, as you just said. So what are your personal must-haves on a burger?
Yeah, so all of our burgers are super diverse. We have Walk This Way, a lot of Asian flavors with a sweet and spicy sesame sauce. We have jalapeno business.
I love
which
that
is,
show.
Yeah.
I've said that many
yeah,
times.
Yeah, jalapeno business,
Nice,
which is
nice.
a jalapeno forward burger,
Do
obviously.
you name these?
Yeah, absolutely.
good.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good.
All of them are very punny.
James, very good.
Yeah, yeah. No foul play. That's our turkey burger. So we got tons of really fun ones. So
Amazing. What's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite? I would say the Juan Hot Mess. And the Juan Hot Mess is a green chili smothered burger. You talk about Colorado. You talk about green chili.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So, yeah.
That's what they called me in high school. One hot mess. Yeti, which one's your favorite? Do you have one? Point to this one. Okay, sticky situation.
Sticky situation,
Okay,
yeah.
favorite. Okay, even with the fur, you're okay with it? Okay, okay. He dry cleans it. So tell me about the beer and burger pairing.
Well, so I did bring this. The strawberry rhubarb sour is a great summer beer.
I love a strawberry sour.
Yeah, it's a good sour. It's sessionable. It's not your crazy kettle sour. It's really approachable. And that.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, the fruited sour. It's going to go great with that peachy keen burger.
Oh, that'd be delicious. Nice and fruity.
Absolutely.
That is delicious. So how often do you switch your burgers?
Well, this is our first iteration of our jumbo burger menu. We usually change our menus every 6 months.
Okay.
So we'll see a couple of changes. We'll keep the crowd favorites and start to work on some new favorites.
Amazing. Do you switch out the beers as well?
We don't switch out our beers. We do some experimentals like this blueberry muffin Yeti.
Oh my God.
Hey!
You got a beer named after
You know, Yeti, he loves breakfast. He loves his pastries. He loves his muffins.
Oh, your little sugar tooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the blueberry muffin Yeti, it's all the way on the end here, but it's one of my favorites. It's just around for a little bit longer, and then we're going to switch to another Yeti.
Unbelievable.
Beer.
Amazing. Yeti, you doing well? Okay, you want any beer? James, you got one? Everybody got
Here,
one?
yeah.
You ready?
Get me.
Cheers to the Great Divide. Woohoo! And to National Burger Day. Thank you so much, James.
Yeah.
Please celebrate National Burger Day I have to drink. Great Divide Brewery Rhino, but trying one of their new 15 burgers, or you can visit them on Instagram at Great Divide Rhino, or you can call them if you want to speak to the Yeti. He's not a big talker, 720-477-0813. And as always, right, Yeti? Please drink responsibly. Awesome job. Very nice. Well, tomorrow on a very special edition of Colorado and Company, it's 9 Cares Colorado Shares. So join us to help feed our neighbors across the state and learn how a very small donation can make a huge impact. Get ready, because the daddy of them all is bigger and better than ever this year. Miss Frontier Catherine Olson, along with Lady-in-Waiting Meadow Ann King, made the trek to Denver. First off, thank you for being here to tell us all about the changes. I'm so excited you're here. Catherine, start off by telling us a little about your title. What is it? Tell us more.
Okay, so I'm Miss Frontier for Cheyenne Frontier Days, and this is my Lady-in-Waiting.
You're Lady-in-Waiting. Bravo, bravo. Very nice.
So we come in a set of pairs. I call her my pea in a pod. So we don't go anywhere without each other.
Oh, man,
and
that's
our
lovely.
job is to promote Western heritage. Our job is to travel to various places and promote the sport of rodeo. And so we're not only representing Cheyenne Frontier Days, but we're representing the community and the sport of rodeo and Western heritage. So our job is to inform the public, educate, and just invite people to engage in the sport of rodeo and just be a part of it, because there's definitely something for everyone, and it's a very all-inclusive sport.
I love this, and I love your jewelry. The turquoise is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Meadow Ann, as the Lady-in-Waiting, what are your duties?
Yeah, so as Lady-in-Waiting, this is a 2-year position. So your first year is
2 years.
Lady-in-Waiting, and then you become Miss Frontier.
I see.
So then once
Okay.
you're Miss Frontier, you have your own Lady-in-Waiting. But as Lady-in-Waiting, my job is to help support Catherine in everything. Like she was saying, we are a team. So we go around and we do community events, we do school events, and we get to just support our community. We get to represent Cheyenne Frontier Days, and we get to educate everyone about rodeo, so it's super exciting.
I bet the school visits, like the kids go crazy.
They love
bet,
it,
yeah.
especially our outfits.
Yeah, I
when
mean,
we
the
say that
fringe.
they're split bucks, they
I did
love
not
it.
know that.
Yes,
They're
yes,
pants?
yes. It's
That's
a
like
split
finding
riding
oh my
skirt.
God, that's like
yes.
finding a dress with pockets.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yes,
You got pockets?
Yes, and we have pockets.
I'm very excited
The kids
about this.
love it. The
Oh
kids
my
do
God.
love it.
Okay, Catherine, on to Cheyenne Frontier Days. You guys are celebrating 130 years, and I want you to tell us about the significance of that.
130 years is very significant for us because we've started in 1897.
Good Lord.
Yes.
The year I was born. I'm just kidding.
So not only are we celebrating 130 years, we're celebrating the generations of volunteers,
Yeah.
the generations of fans and families and everyone that has supported Cheyenne and made Cheyenne Frontier Days what it is.
Love that.
So without all of our incredible fans, without all of our incredible contestants, we wouldn't be where we're at today. So we're very grateful for 130 years and to still be recognized as the world's largest outdoor rodeo and Western celebration. We are very lucky.
Unbelievable. I tried lassoing once. It didn't go well, but I
very
could learn from you
difficult.
guys. It is. Okay, there is something called a shoot 9.
Yes.
And this is a very big deal. Why is shoot 9? What is that? And why is it so significant?
Of course. So our shoot 9 is our timed event shoot. So for all of our main rough stock events, you'll see them come into the chute, which is the chute where they are eventually bucking out of. So we call our shoot 9 our timed event chute. So those are all of our timed events with all of our steer wrestlers and all of our ropers. So this is a brand new shoot 9. So we tore down the old one,
Wow.
which is very, very historic.
Wow.
So everything there was hand done.
Oh, I see.
So all of our flaggers and the man who does the shoot and all of that was hand done.
Wow.
So it's very different this year because now we have the hospitality suites.
Oh.
So
Little
that
upgrade.
Yeah, a little bit of an
Wow.
upgrade, and we have rooftop seating.
Oh, that's the best.
So you're sitting basically right on top of the track or right on top of the timed event shoot.
That's
so you get a
unbelievable.
more an in-person
Yeah.
view.
It's like
and
interactive almost.
Yes,
Yeah.
you get to see everything
That's
from where
amazing.
you're at. 'Cause
And you
you're-
call it bucking out when they come out?
No, so that was out of that's the rough stock events.
I see.
So for our timed events, they just run out of the chute,
Got
and
it.
then we have to give the stalker a head start, of course.
Okay,
So
got it.
our cowboy and cowgirl have to wait so that they don't break the barrier, is what we call it. So they
This is
wait.
all new vocabulary. I'm very excited.
Yes.
Speaking of the rodeo, there's an extra day this year. Is that true?
Yes.
What is that about?
So we have 10 days of rodeo this year. So we added a day. So we begin on July 17th
Okay.
and end on Championship Sunday, the 26th.
Got it.
So our extra day is so that our contestants have time to get there. So they're on the road 24/7.
Yeah.
So it just provides them more opportunity and more day to get there.
Nice.
So if they can't make a day, hopefully they can make a different day.
Nice.
So
Shoot 9 extra day. You guys are doing another
Yes.
nice upgrade.
Yes.
So Meadow Ann, that's not all. There's also a new attraction. What is the new
Yes.
attraction?
So we are very, very excited, especially me and Catherine. So we have the Morning Star American Indian Village going up. So this will be a permanent attraction
Nice.
that will be going up. So it'll be able to be interactive for everyone that comes in. Our Plains tribes that come in were very involved actually in the build. So everything was very intentional down to the circular build and bringing it into the community and just everything that will be involved with the dancing,
Oh, I love that.
the flute playing, just everything. It's
Nice
a very
history.
educational
Yeah,
opportunity.
Bringing that. And you guys have Frontier Nights, which is what, concerts as
Yes,
well?
yes, our
Awesome.
concerts, our lineup. We're very excited this year. Zach Top will be here this year, but our lineup fits everyone. We're very, very thankful that our Contracts Acts Committee works very hard to have something for everyone, but we also make it family friendly and
was gonna
affordable
say.
for everyone.
See, that's the biggest one,
Yes,
the affordability.
and to make sure that people don't get ripped off,
Yes.
we do ask that you go off of cfdrodeo.com
Okay,
because
good, important. That's important.
if you don't,
You're going to get ripped
can't
off.
get ripped
Yeah, that's really
Yes.
good. And I think that's important too to get the affordability, especially right now.
Yes.
For the families. All right, so Cheyenne Frontier Days, as they said, is happening July 17th to 26th. But listen up, if you get your tickets before July 1st, you can save big. And as Meadow Ann says, get them now at cfdrodeo.com or rodeo.com. Okay. Thank you guys so much. They sponsored today's segment. Well, howdy. That was so awkward. Well, healing doesn't have a finish line. When Colorado and Company returns, Rebecca Silence joins us to talk about why healing and becoming our best selves is an ongoing journey. Do you guys laugh? So at some point, we have all had to try and start the healing process over something really significant in our lives. And some of you might be dealing with that Right now, y'all know I'm going through that myself currently. I'm always open about that. Well, my next guest is ready to break the stigma around the thinking that healing is a journey that never ends, because it feels that way. Welcome back, love and emotional healing coach Rebecca Silence. I love having you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tori.
I love having you here. I really, really do. I learned so much. So, Rebecca, you say that healing can be permanent, and I feel like it's never ending in my situation.
Yeah.
Where do we start to make healing a permanent thing in our life?
Yeah. So when I say healing, what I'm talking about is freedom. So any place that hurts, just imagine you can actually get to a place where you're free of the hurt, even if the situation, the scenario, the person's bad behavior doesn't change.
Oh my God, I love this.
You can be free. Wow. So we are taught the work of healing is never done, and the journey of healing is never done, and that is such BS, and that is a bold-faced lie.
Wow.
And where you start is you have to commit. You have to decide, I am unwilling for this hurt to mean less of a life for me.
Oh, wow, wow. You have to state that out loud.
You have to decide
That's a
it.
strong
You have
statement.
to commit to it.
Yes.
You have to believe it.
Yes.
And it might not be clear how you're going to get there,
Sure.
but if you don't decide, I am unwilling not to heal this,
Yes.
then you'll be right. The work of healing is never done.
I'm going to say I'm unwilling not to heal this.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. Yes.
I kind of believe it
Yes.
too. I kind of do.
Yes.
Okay, talk more about awareness, okay, and
Okay.
how that ties into the healing process. I'm trying to do mindfulness right now.
Yeah.
Talk to me about awareness.
Okay, well, mindfulness will not heal you.
Okay.
Heal you, right? Because you can't heal emotions in the mind. And I have clients that have come to me. I've been doing this work for 25 years. They've been in decades of therapy.
Right.
They come to me, and in one session, they're like, where have you been my whole life? We have to be aware that it hurts. And again, the word willingness is the big word of the day. Willing to lean into what hurts, right? Imagine
That's the scary
having
part.
the same fight until it doesn't hurt you anymore, and being willing to do that.
Wow.
Imagine being willing to find your weak spots and own, wow, I'm upset here, and commit to, I want to get to a place where this didn't change, but I'm well, I'm free. It's emotional healing work that makes it permanent, not mindfulness.
Interesting, and the awareness of that is how you start.
You have to be aware it hurts to heal it, and so often we're out of body. We're just going through the motions. We're
panicked.
checking the boxes. We're in our achievement paradigms, right? And what I call high functioning unhappiness has
That's
become
where I
our
am
life,
at.
right? No, we have to stop the madness, but you have to be aware so you can heal.
see.
And don't be afraid of that.
Right. There is a lot of fear for a lot of people to even
Yes.
feel the pain.
Yes.
They bottle it down and bottle
Yes.
it down. You know what I mean? So something that we all have to learn and to manage are triggers.
Yes.
Right? I think you all just nodded when you were looking at the screen. They never go away. So how can we heal from them when a trigger comes up?
Yeah, so a trigger is upset. And now I'm aware that I'm upset. And I have a keynote in a corporate training I do called Make Your Triggers Your Biatch. And you actually can, right? So what we don't get taught about triggers is the trigger is protecting you from a stuck emotion underneath it, okay? So I teach there's only 5 emotions. Everything else is a trigger. So there's anger, there's grief, there's fear, there's joy, there is excitement. So let's just say our trigger is shame.
Yes, right.
Okay.
Or regret or something.
So imagine that trigger, the shame, is easier and safer and protecting you so you don't have to be with the emotion underneath it. The last thing we want to do is be with our emotions.
Yes, right.
What will free and liberate and heal you is getting to the emotion underneath the trigger.
Wow.
So the trigger is an access point to healing, to possibility,
It's a
to
teacher.
a version of you you've never met yet, and it gives you access to the emotion that's stuck.
Interesting.
So you can actually heal.
And move forward.
Yeah.
I was studying a Buddhist nun, Pema Chodron. She says,
I love her.
Me too. She says,
Yeah.
invite those emotions you
Yeah.
don't like into your dinner
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can open the door ajar maybe.
Well, and she also says only until you are willing to annihilate yourself, right, can that within you, which is indestructible, be found.
She put that on her door. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love her. Y'all should listen to her as well as Rebecca Silence. But I want to talk about growth and suffering.
Yeah.
Do we need to suffer in order to grow? Because that's sort of how I feel I'm on my path right now.
So for many people, we break down to break through.
Yeah.
We suffer, and we have to wait until it's so bad.
Yeah, like the
We
darkest night of your
can't
soul.
Deny we have to heal, right? But there's another way to heal called desire, right? Instead of suffering being the catalyst for your healing. And if you're there and if you're in the middle of the breakdown right now, I've got you all day if you want my support. But it doesn't have to get to that point. We can heal just because we desire to be more, to have more of an impact, to have more pleasure, to have more peace, to have more joy. It doesn't have to be suffering in the tank to heal. It can also be desire.
Okay, so what does permanent healing actually look like to you?
Yeah. So people ask me all the time how I'm so positive.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm healed, right? I live the practice of emotional healing. What it looks like is your heart is open. What it feels like is the opposite of the trigger. Oh, I love you so much, but the way you just spoke to me, that's not gonna work. But I am not shutting down my love. I am not guarding and protecting my heart when I'm healed. My heart is wide open, and that I'm not afraid of when I'm healed. When I'm not healed, I'm afraid to risk getting hurt again, right? My love trauma is winning. And ultimately, the number one thing we have to fight for is our healing, because not healing isn't working for you.
No, it's terrible being
right?
stuck,
You deserve to have the walls down around your heart. You deserve to feel love. You deserve to know it's safe to give your love. And that can't hurt you.
Oh, wow. So you've really become secure. And I'm very insecure. You can learn to become secure.
You can live beyond being guarded and protected. Yes. And you can be so secure that you know your character so well it can't be threatened.
Wow.
That's what we're afraid of, right?
That is good.
Yeah.
That is so good. She's excellent. Okay.
Thank
so
you.
please continue the conversation. I want you to connect with Rebecca by following her on social media. Her handle is @RebeccaSilence, or find her online at the Unsilent Woman, I love that, .com. While you're there, I want you to check out her book. We have it right here. It's called Coming Back to Life. It's been on my dresser next to my bed, and I pick it up and read it when I am deeply in pain, and it is excellent. I highly recommend. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Healing is possible. We have to remember that.
I'm unwilling to continue the suffering.
Yes.
Amen. Amen. All right, coming up next week on KUSA, the Denver Greek Festival is celebrating 60 years. We get a look at what's new and a preview of some of the dishes you can eat. Join the fun. Whoopah! I hope I did that right. But first, I'm feeling kind of generous today because of Rebecca and all that. In a few minutes, I've got some tickets to give away to a new movie, Power Ballad, Maybe you'll win and feel good. See you after the break.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
All right, if you've ever felt burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it might not just be like I'm getting older, and I want you guys to listen up. Here's my conversation with Dr. Dean Anderson. He's with Front Range Medical Center. He's got everything you need to know. It's called peripheral neuropathy. Take a look. So for people watching at home, they've seen you, but they don't know what peripheral neuropathy is. It's kind of a mouthful. What is it?
It's nerve damage, and it's damage to the nerves in our extremities. Most commonly, it'll start off in the ball of the feet or toes. It can work its way up towards the knees as it progresses. It can affect fingertips and then work its way back towards the wrist, but it's damage to the peripheral nerves.
I think my dad has that up in the shins.
It can, yeah.
Okay, very interesting. What are some common symptoms? You said, is it tingling? Is it a burning?
Mentor, it can be a number of things. Like burning is very common, numbness, tingling, pins and needles, feeling like there's something in your shoe when it's not.
Oh, really?
A lot of times these symptoms are worse at night, so a lot of patients really struggle with being able to sleep.
Yeah, that affects that.
Yeah, mobility becomes a problem because of pain, but also because of numbness.
Yeah, right.
Balance, not knowing where our feet are.
Yeah, I can't feeling the feet, that's right.
Driving, being able to feel the gas and the brake is a common issue.
Wow, so this really affects the quality of your life.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, important to know. What kind of treatment, let's say, is out there, and why is yours better?
Sure.
To be honest, there's a difference.
Yeah, so when patients are diagnosed with neuropathy, traditionally they're put on a medication, gabapentin and Lyrica are the two
I know the
most common.
gabapentin one, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really doing anything for the nerve damage or what's caused the nerve damage. It's just managing the symptoms. So as the condition gets worse, medications have to increase. Patients build tolerance to those medications. They have side effects. So that's where a lot of concern comes in, is patients are just getting worse as they're just managing symptoms.
So how do you guys do it? You don't do just the pills?
No. So most of the patients come to see us. They've been dealing with us. They're wanting to get off these medications. We do a treatment in our office that's electrical. It's the most advanced form of electromedicine. Nerves are electrical.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, with this advancement in treatment, it does something called nerve re-education. So with that, we see significant reductions in this burning pain, sharp shooting electrical pain, numbness improves, so we have better balance. Patients can get off medications. We do some ancillary treatments to help increase circulation or blood flow, because a lot of times, Tori, you have to increase blood flow to the nerves as well.
To help it repair.
Absolutely, and then the other part of this that's very important is making sure we understand what's caused it.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Is it from diabetes, an autoimmune problem, and an inflammatory issue? And we address those things along the way, because we want to make sure when this advanced treatment technology we have that's so wonderful gets patients better, we want to make sure this doesn't revert back. So it's really this comprehensive approach.
Wow. You guys are top notch there. That's very good. Okay, let's say people want to know, am I at risk? Who's the most at risk?
Patients who deal with metabolic problems, things like blood sugar problems, prediabetes or diabetics, patients who have known autoimmune issues or chronic inflammatory problems, circulatory issues. So those are the most common things that cause or drive neuropathy.
And is there an age situation here, or can anyone get peripheral neuropathy?
Anybody can get it really, but typically like our patients are, 50 and over. It oftentimes onsets later on just because we've lived more life, right? We've been exposed to more. We start to have more health issues that then can cause neuropathy.
A lot of people use Dr. Google, okay, or Dr. Chat GPT. A lot of misconceptions come up. What are some of the most common for peripheral neuropathy?
I think the most common misconception is patients who are dealing with this are often told that nothing can be done for them.
Oh, that's
right?
the end of the road.
Yeah, they just have to live with it. The only thing they can do is take medications to manage it. And that's absolutely not the case. A neuropathy is a condition that can, in a lot of cases, be reversed. There's no necessarily maybe cure.
Sure.
But to be able to reverse this process is absolutely realistic with the right approach, the right treatment technology, and that's what our objective is with most patients.
I was going to say the technology helps huge.
Absolutely.
Here. Yeah. Awesome. Well, now we know where to go. If you're having kind of these feelings in the outer extremities, or you know someone who is, you know where to go. Guess what, Coco viewers? Dr. Dean has a special offer just for you. Right now, the first 12 people to call and mention Colorado & Company will qualify for a free consultation. You'll get a review of your health history and a neuropathy exam to determine if this treatment is right for you. It's a win-win. Just go to denverneuropathy.com or call 720-844-2010 to learn more. They paid for today's mention. Well, being in a creative line of work, it can be so fun to brainstorm ideas with someone. That is until they get famous and take all the credit. And that's what this new movie, Power Ballad, is all about. It stars Nick Jonas and Paul Rudd, and it comes out on June 5th. But I have some tickets to give away to an advanced screening on Tuesday. So get your phones ready. Send an email to mycoco@9news.com. Just put the word power in the subject line. Winners will be chosen at random and contacted later. Good luck. We'll be right back. We should all remember Stonewall and its uprising. That's so vitally important to our history. But guys, we are just days away from the start of Pride Month. The Center on Colfax has been hard at work planning events and providing resources for everyone. So we have John Taylor and Kim from the Center on Colfax. They're here today with a little preview. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
We're thrilled to have you here. So Kim, can you take us through a little history about the Center on Colfax?
So the Center on Colfax turns 50 this year.
Oh my God, mazel.
I know, 50-ish.
Yeah, you guys look good.
But the center has been in existence for 50 years, and we are the largest LGBTQ organization in the Rocky Mountain region.
Wow.
All of the services that we offer at the center are 100% free.
Say that to the people in the back. That's
yes,
amazing.
Free.
Yes.
And the way that we manage to have all these amazing, free, wonderful services is because of Denver Pride.
Wow.
Denver Pride is our largest fundraiser, and we are the only Pride that is top 5 in the country in terms of size.
Nice.
That is put on by your local community center.
Oh, that's lovely. It's so Colorado, too.
It is.
The local part of that, you know what I mean?
We take care of each other,
We
and
do.
then we put the money back into the community through free resources, including mental health care visits, support groups,
Amazing.
classes. I think our Silver Sneakers class was there today as Sean and I were leaving to come over here. We really try to serve everyone in our community with the life-saving services they need.
And the mental health aspect is something I am really working on for breaking that stigma. So thank you for saying that. John, Pride has evolved over the years in such a big way. Give us a quick overview of what's coming up in June.
Sure. So this year is very much Darwinism. We were forced to evolve. Civic Center Park, where everyone is used to seeing Pride Fest, is under construction. And the parade also has traditionally been down Colfax, but if you've been down Colfax, there's a couple cones in the way.
Well said.
So this year we needed to reinvent a little bit, and so we have the Free Festival at the end of the month still on 16th Street.
Nice.
And then also we're activating the city all month long. So there's all kinds of events to bring in different identities. There's small ones, there's big ones, there's ones that a lot of our community partners are putting on. So it's a new experience, and we're inviting the city to build their own gay agenda of how they're going to celebrate Pride.
We're going to get to that because I'm really excited to hear about that. A cool feature you have this year is letting attendees, like you said, make their own gay agenda. What is that? And can you both share yours? Can I have one?
Oh, of course.
Okay, tell me what it is and how you guys are both making yours.
So I think, as John said, like this was a year for us that we had to really rethink what Denver Pride was going to be because we did lose the historical places that Pride has been. So we went to our community and asked a lot of questions of how would you like to celebrate Pride? And then it did sort of turn into this way of like, well, let's think of all the different ways you can build your gay agenda.
Nice.
And that's how we kind of came up with it. So, for example, if you're a sporty gay, maybe you want to do the hike. Maybe you want to do the 5K race. Maybe you want to go play pickleball at Picklepalooza.
Nice.
So we really tried to pick all sorts of different ways that people can just celebrate their pride and be visible and be together in community.
I love that you're including everybody in that amazing way. What is your gay agenda?
So
Are
I have
you
to
sporty?
Not
Me neither. Me neither.
I'd love to pretend.
Nice. Me too. Me too. I put leggings on.
I might be the more
You're the
sporty.
You're more sporty. Gotcha.
I think for me it's a mix, and I have to imagine that I'm not working at Pride and I'm participating. But if I weren't working, I'd be kind of in the artsy gay of maybe going to. We have the Love Wins at the Palace Gala. So at the Brown Palace Hotel is hosting it for us, and it's going to be a celebration of awesome food and drinks, and also a celebration of queer history.
Beautiful.
There's also a free day at the Clifford Still Museum.
Oh, lovely.
So it's a family-friendly opportunity to come together and not just see great art, but there's all kinds of activities, drag story time.
Love.
Yeah, so, and there's also an adult book fair, not for those looking for the
Little spicy?
Little
different than your old school Scholastic.
Okay, I was going to say, not the one where you walk it right. Okay.
Yeah, not for your family gays.
Yes. I love it. Tell me your gay agenda. What's on your plan?
You know, I'm a family person.
Nice.
My wife and I, we are raising 4 kids.
Mom,
so
that's amazing.
I know. So for our family, like we love to do the 5K.
Nice.
And then there's a brunch in Cheeseman Park after the 5K.
Oh, that's lovely.
The parade, which John said is going to come down 17th Street, and then to the Free Festival, where there are a lot of activations that are great for families.
Yeah, I was going to say very family friendly. I like that the Clifford Still Museum is free because taking a family of 4 can get really pricey at museums, so that's great. Can someone build their own gay agenda?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You want to go to denverpride.org to see the full slate of experiences and activations that we have. And again, it starts June 1st and goes through the entire month of June.
Amazing.
So I promise you, if you go to denverpride.org, you are going to find something and you're like, that is my gay agenda.
That is my gay agenda.
That is
Amazing. So tell us, John, about the Center of Colfax and what all you do, not during Pride. Like, what are you guys up to?
So we're a community center for the LGBTQ population of Denver. So we're offering an elder services program.
Oh, wow.
A lot of elders that aren't just queer are lonely, and so we're creating spaces for them. We have movement classes, we have support groups. There's a news flash group where they're staying up to speed on current events.
Nice.
There's also a youth services program. It's so essential, especially right now, for us to have a safe space for youth. And
Amen.
It's a partnership with their parents and a drop-in opportunity where they can all be together and hang out and totally be affirmed at the center. So, and I think our flagship opportunity is we provide 12 free mental health sessions for any community member throughout the year.
Bravo, bravo. What an amazing resource. Unbelievable. Okay, guys, for a full lineup of events or to build your own gay agenda, you just head to, as she said, denverpride.org/events. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
I can't wait. That is kind of a big deal. Okay. So after a few weeks on the weather roller coaster that we just went through, it is finally feeling like summer. So it's time to get planting and planning, which is why we have Jennifer Miller and Aaron Bird, who we love, from the Denver Botanic Gardens. They stopped by with Coco here, thank you, with some suggestions, which we all need. So Jennifer, let's start with gardening. What are some things we can do to set up our summer garden for success?
So there are 5 things I would say you should do right now.
Okay.
The first thing, if you haven't already put mulch down, let's get that mulch down.
Mulch
2 to
it.
3 inches of mulch, whether it's wood bark, whether it's wood arborist wood mulch or fine pebbles. Generally, we want to go smaller.
Nice.
Because the water will infiltrate the soil much better.
Got it.
The second thing is weeding. I know it's kind of an obvious one, but it's really important. They're fierce competitors for water.
Yeah.
And they tend to be more efficient than our perennials in getting to water.
Yeah.
And they tend to grow faster.
Got it.
So let's eliminate that competition and help our perennials thrive.
Amen.
The next one is a pruning technique that some people don't know about. And it's for your late blooming perennials, things that bloom in July or August.
Got it.
That tend to be tall, lanky, and flop over. Things like aster, tall phlox.
Like snapdragon?
Well, that's
No.
an annual,
Okay.
so I probably would go
so
for
no.
perennials. Yeah. Heleniums,
Nice.
tall sedums. It's called the Chelsea Chop because it happens about the same time as the Chelsea Flower Show.
Oh, nice.
And all you do is you shear your plant down by 1/3, and this sends out these side shoots that make the plant sturdier and flower more.
Wow.
So you don't have to stake.
Don't be scared of
so
the
do
Chelsea
it now.
Chop. Do it now. Do it now.
The other thing is staking. Stake your tomatoes now before they get too big. If you have delphiniums, those beautiful stalks are coming up. They probably haven't opened. Stake them before they do so wind doesn't blow them over.
Nice.
And then finally, deadhead. If your catmint or your salvias are done blooming, let's cut them down.
Got it.
So they send up a new round of flowers. And then if you have alliums or things that
love
reseed
alliums.
around,
Yeah.
I would recommend cutting them before they set those seeds all around.
Oh, that's good.
That'll help you not have to do that in the spring.
Okay. Catmint's great for the bees, too. I
It
always
is
see that.
wonderful
Yeah.
for bees.
And I made a little bee bath.
Oh.
With rocks so they can
very
drink.
good.
Yeah. We
Yes,
need our
very
bees,
good.
guys.
We
They're very
do.
important.
We do.
So after an unusually warm winter and then some spring snow, things started to bloom weirdly, and some of the trees are not looking so good. How can we help the trees?
Okay, so the trees have been hit hard. It was dry this winter, and then a lot of them leafed out a little early.
I saw that.
And then we got this cold,
Yeah.
and the leaves fell off. Well, trees will generally get a second flush of leaves. Sometimes they'll even get a third flush if we get a hail, for example.
Yeah, right,
again,
which you could.
Which we still could. But the thing is, when you get that second flush, they're drawing off of reserves of carbohydrates. So the leaves are going to take a while. Usually it takes, like the locust trees, for example. They seem to be really slow coming back. And it can take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks for them to get those leaves back. But they're generally going to be a little bit smaller.
Okay.
The tree isn't going to look as robust, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's doing what it can.
It's a different season.
So continue to deep water.
Yeah.
And then there are 2 things you don't want to do. Don't fertilize now.
Got it.
Because if you fertilize now, it's going to force new growth that the tree may not be able to support. And then don't cut off any live limbs. Don't go pruning. If you have dead limbs or broken limbs, that's okay.
Yes, got it.
But you don't want to make it
prune
more
live.
difficult for the tree.
Okay, very important. Aaron, for someone who hasn't been to Chatfield Farms, what can they explore there? Tell us about that.
Chatfield Farms is a 700-acre property, so it's much bigger compared to the 24 acres at York Street. And speaking of trees, it was a former homestead in the late 1800s and just a wild space prior to that. So there are tons of mature cottonwoods and other trees. So there's lots of riparian wooded areas you can walk through. And then earlier in the history of Chatfield Farms, with the gardens, we called it the Chatfield Arboretum, because there still are some fruit trees, but it's not a great place to grow fruit. So now there's kind of ornamental down there, but there's lots to see. It's a working farm. You can see the animals. We have lots of programs and events too.
That's great to take the whole family there. I had an arboretum. I went to Michigan at Ann Arbor, and I would sit there and pretend to write good poetry. It was the best. It was the best. Aaron, there's some fun events planned at the farms. What can we look forward to this summer?
Yeah, first up, in June, late June, we have a special event. It's touring botanical gardens around the country. It's Gabby's Doll House. which may not be on our radar.
No, yes, I've heard of this.
You have?
Yes,
Okay,
I have.
That's for young,
Very popular.
young kids. I think like age 3 to 7 is kind of the key demographic. And so they are doing a botanical garden tour where it's a meet and greet with Gabby.
Wow.
And we have some activities, and so that is included with admission, but you have to buy separate tickets on our special event page.
Okay.
Because that'll reserve your meet and greet
With
time.
Gabby,
Yes.
okay. Amazing. I can't believe Gabby's going to be there. That's like
Yes.
Santa. What about the Lavender Festival? There's something
Yeah,
there?
Lavender Festival is on July 18 and 19, and that's our annual all things lavender celebration.
I love lavender.
And we have our massive lavender garden that seems to keep growing every year with so many different varieties. Lots of vendors that have all lavender botanical themes, from lavender infused honey to cut dried flowers to crafts, things like that, jewelry. There's live music, there's food and beverage, tour of the farm, and there's also some special education classes that are themed around lavender you can add on.
I mean, now everyone's having the lavender coffee. I mean, it's everywhere, right? The English, the
Lavender
French,
cake.
lavender cake. It's like the big new thing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here, for
Yes,
teaching us,
of
educating us, and for previewing the upcoming events. Sounds amazing. For more gardening tips, y'all, and tricks, or to plan your next adventure, which I think sounds great, all you have to do is log on to botanicgardens.org. Again, it's botanicgardens.org, and you can fill your summer and even meet Gabby. That's huge. That's amazing. All right, well, think that you're fully covered if you get in a car accident. You may not be. So when Colorado & Company returns, Backus & Schenker is here with an insurance reality check for today's Legally Speaking. Stay with us. You don't want to miss this.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
Thanks for staying with us on Colorado & Company. We always want our viewers to be up to date and knowledgeable about legal matters, so we went straight to the experts to teach us what we need to know. For the last 30 years, Backus & Schenker has been helping Colorado families whose lives were turned upside down. And in today's Legally Speaking, Kyle Backus himself is giving you an insurance reality check. Listen to this.
I'm Kyle Backus. Let's do a quick reality check on auto insurance, because this catches a lot of people off guard. You go online, click one of those ads, pick up a low-cost policy. In Colorado, that means you bought a $25,000 insurance policy. Yes, you are street legal, you save some money, feels like a win. But here's the problem. You are not really very covered with insurance, because insurance doesn't pay what you owe, it only pays what you bought. So if you cause a crash, and let's say somebody has $100,000 of medical bills, but your policy is $25,000, it stops at $25,000. The rest, that's on you. Your savings, your income, even your future. And here's what makes things even tougher, okay? Serious injuries add up fast. An ambulance, ER visit, add in a surgery, you can hit those limits quicker than most people will think. And it cuts both ways. If somebody hits you and they only have the minimum, you could be the one left short. So the takeaway is simple. Cheap insurance can get expensive fast, and it's worth taking a second look at what you actually have. For 30 years, we've been here in Colorado helping people through situations exactly like this. We're your hometown injury lawyers, and if you ever need us, we're here for you.
222-2222 or go online at coloradolaw.net. Backus & Schenker sponsored today's mention. Well, thanks for your company, Colorado. I love being with y'all. Portions of today's program were sponsored by the businesses listed on your screen. And as always, remember, everyone you face, they're facing an uphill battle, and you don't know anything about it. So be kind, be patient, be gentle, and then apply that back to yourself with a whole load of self-compassion. I'm trying to do the same thing. See you next time, guys. Bye!